This afternoon, Governor Tony Evers attended a luncheon where he spoke on a number of issues.
And our Jalen Banks was in attendance. It has more on what the governor had to say.
Tuesday afternoon, Governor Tony Evers addressed a crowd at the Madison Club for a luncheon with Wis-Politics, detailing his plans for the Badger State, as well as expressing his displeasure for the tariffs put in place on Canada and Mexico by President Trump. Tuesday's luncheon, Governor Tony Evers spoke on a number of topics pertaining to the state. One of those include our state's correctional facilities, wanting to close a facility in Green Bay, lower the number of those incarcerated, and move juveniles out of the Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake School.
Whatever we can do to not be over capacity. Simple as that. We can't treat people, no matter how heinous the crime, we can't treat people this way.
The governor also spoke about the state superintendent race.
It'll be a race, and whoever wins, wins. I'm not supporting either candidate.
However, he did acknowledge he and the incumbent have not always seen eye to eye.
Let's start with the surplus. Her request was too high. I mean, there was no way we could take care of schools and other issues. Couldn't do it. I mean, it was ridiculously high.
Evers would go on to talk about his displeasure with the current tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
It's going to be hell to pay. This is not a good situation. We have good working relationships with Canada, certainly we do, with Mexico also. But just knowing that they're already retaliating against us, this is not good for our democracy.
He attributes part of the tariff issues to one of our branches of government.
And I'm just so disappointed in Congress. There's no legislative branch of our country right now. None. We have the executive and we have the judicial. Nothing is happening in Congress.
Reporting in downtown Madison, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Jalen, thank you. Consumers and businesses in the U.S. stand to pay a hefty price for President Trump's tariffs on America's top three trading partners. Nearly everything the U.S. imports from those three nations is subject to tariffs of at least 20% in the case of China and 25% for Mexico and Canada. While the effect on Americans won't necessarily be immediate, it could raise prices for just about everything, including food items, electronics, toys, appliances, cars, and car parts, which could become costlier and harder to find.